In this video, I'm going to break down one of the biggest Instagram organic problems that nobody seems to talk about. And if right now you're experiencing highly unqualified leads in your DMs, in your comments, people asking you for free advice, by the end of this video, I'll show you how to completely eliminate this problem forever so you can actually start building an audience of buyers, getting qualified leads, and talking to people that are not going to waste your time and maintain your sanity. Now, just to prove you that I know what I'm talking about, I built an audience of 100,000 people. And over the last 90 days, I've gotten 1 million views. Over the last 30 days, I got 300,000 views. I posted about 7 reels on average. Per reel, I got about 20,000 views, which is pretty solid, nothing too crazy. But the real question is, what's the distribution, right? Because you can see here, you have 67% of followers and 33% of non-followers. So the way Reels work, I've been getting about 66% of non-followers seeing my stuff and 30% is being seen by my followers. For the sake of it, let's say 50% and 10,000 new people see my stuff, and that 10,000 turns into 2,000 new followers, which is pretty good conversion rate. About 20% of people that see my stuff convert into followers. Oh, hey, it's me from the future. As I was editing this video, I realized that the math wasn't really mathing. So what I've tried to say, and I failed miserably, was that out of the 70,000 views that I get, I got about 6,000 or 7,000 profile visits, and those profile visits turn into followers. Now, if you're thinking this guy is bad at maths, that's what happened. And every single follower that you receive is technically a lead, right? So you can start a conversation, you can start nurturing them and start building that relationship so they can eventually turn into client. And technically, using data and statistic, about 1% of those people will buy from you without too much effort. Now, I don't count unfollows because if they unfollow you, they weren't an ideal client in the first place. So who cares? They unfollowed you, boohoo, move on. But here's something that nobody talks about. Your content is not going to be seen by your ideal target audience all the time. Actually, only about, I'd say, 15% of the total new followers, of the total views, are being seen by the people who have the purchasing power. What do I mean by that? If you look at my data, the top countries, as you can see, not a lot of purchasing power there, except, well, a bit of United States, which is great. But there's about 2.1 billion users on Instagram. 170 million are from US. Another 150 are from Europe, Australia, and New Zealand. So that only competes about 16% of total user base on Instagram from the what other people call the T1 countries. But I'm going to tell you from my experience, I get nowhere near the 16%. You know, you see here United States for 4%. The rest of my reach is about, honestly, 2% of the rest of the world. I reach about 5% of T1 countries. And that's the problem. Your content isn't getting distributed to the right audience. And I'm not the only one experiencing this problem. Because I had clients and friends who have 1 million followers, 300K followers, and even 500K followers. And their dashboard, well, some of them even looks worse. It looks more like this. And they're all in different niches as well. So we have this guy is in dating. Now, in all honesty, this guy is crushing it, but he's spending a lot of money on content. He is posting 2 to 3 times a day, and he has a team, a big team actually serving him and helping him grow the business. But these guys, a different story. They've been going viral, and slowly but surely they've been attracting the wrong audience because they cannot control who their content is being distributed to. Most organic creators do not control who their content reaches. This age range is not my ideal target audience, and that completes 50% of it. So again, I don't want to say I've built a liability, but my audience slowly but surely over the last 2 years, chipped away at my sanity and clearly others as well. But it's not all bad news. The problem was that I already had the solution because when I started building my brand, I did something that I saw people do online, which helped me turn this reel that got only 4,000 views into a $5,000 client. So how did that happen? Well, it's actually pretty simple. I didn't give my money to an editor. I didn't give my money to a social media manager. I gave my money to Instagram. So I spent money on Instagram ads. And specifically, I spent $100. And that $100 brought me a 5K client. Now, this specific video, it wasn't meant to go viral. It was very specifically targeted to, well, to be fair, I didn't even know what I was doing. I just scripted it from what I thought my ideal client would love and would watch. And then I paid money to get that message in front of my ideal client. And it did. Clearly, it worked. This wasn't a single instance. I've repeated this process actually 2 times, but I turned 400 actually into 2K, and then again, it was 500 into another 2K. So I had a proof of concept. However, after repeating this step a few times, my organic content started to pop off. Note that when I did this, I had about 2,000 followers here. Just a bit over 2,000 followers. But then my organic content started to pop off, and I just doubled down on it. I was like, well, it can't be a bad thing when more people know about you. And to be fair, it wasn't. But the distribution, again, it was unpredictable. It brings you a lot of times unqualified leads. You cannot reach the right people all the time. People say that, if more people knew about you, you would probably be, you probably get more clients. And that is true. But how do you want more people to know about you? Do you want to grind every single day, post every single day, once or twice per day, and reach your unqualified audience? Or do you actually want to get in front of your audience without going viral, without necessarily trying to please the algorithm so it feeds you more of the unqualified people, simply because whenever you try to post more, to try go viral more, this is exactly what happens. So the solution to this, there are actually a couple of solutions. Number one is context creation. What does that mean? You create content based on very specific context. You talk about the problems that people are experiencing in their situation. Now, these videos will very likely never go viral. They will never get a lot of views, but within 6 to 12 months, the algorithm should be able to start sending you the right people, the people that are experiencing this specific problem, and you can help them solve it. But like I said, it takes time. Number 2 is to pay for distribution. Exactly what I've done here, where I spent a very minimum amount of money and I got a massive return. Now, to be fair, this was an outlier. This isn't usual, but on average, after we've implemented this for my clients and my students, they've been putting out $1 in and getting $4 to $5 out, which is on average pretty good. On a high end, you can get $10 and $20 out. On a low end, $2 or so. And this simple system allows you to eliminate the need to post daily, to grind organic, to deal with unqualified leads. And that's the beauty of it. You can put your message in front of people that need to see it. Exactly like what David does. He built his video editing coaching business to 15,000 euros a month, give or take, in the Portuguese market. Then we have Arnes, who is dominating local Lithuanian market with his offer. The beauty of this system is that it also builds your audience and your leverage. But more importantly, it's not just random people from around the world. It's only going to be the people that are relevant to your offer and are interested to know more about what you're selling. By the way, if you want a plan of how to implement the system for yourself, you can click the link below. You'll find more information there. So that being said, let's quickly summarize. You cannot control who sees your content organically. Going more viral, posting more content isn't going to fix it due to the fact of how many creators are competing for the same segment of the market. The truth is that the game is becoming more pay to play. And one question I do get is like, why did I stop running ads? It was like I've said, my identity became organic. Like I was the organic guy. I knew how to get views, but I failed to acknowledge, or even my ego just decided not to accept the fact that I made a mistake. You could say that my ego got the better of me. So if you want to solve this problem, click the link down below for more information.